So pretty good day for BTC. We're going to get into it, look at some charts. We're going to look at a few things. We're going to look at BTC dominance, a few other macro indicators, Medicaid, look at some AI agents. Somebody already talking about XRP going crazy. We check XRP out too. But looks like Bitcoin closed over 100,000. The daily close just happened. And yes, that is firmly over 100K. So let's see what's going on here, because is the bottom in? That's what everybody always wants to know. What's going on? Are we going up? Because you've been in this ranging phase for a while, and we knew it. We knew what the market was ranging. But when you have that, it's like every red candle, the bull market's over. Every green candle, we're going to 200K. That's just the nature of the game. So is this? So are we going up? Is this the bottom right here? We had said for a while we wanted to come down here and we wanted to take these lows out. We had said we wanted to go from at least 89 to 90K. And I know it's not natural to want to go down, but it's good to take these orders out, because you have traders here and you want to take those stops out and any kind of leverage out of the market. It's always good to do that. So is that the low for now? Well, there's a few things here. So I had noticed this today when it started to go up. This could potentially form that trend line. And what you could even have possibly, because we were in a breakout tight channel, flatten out to more of a broad channel, then a range. Could we start to get maybe a broad bear channel down? And I know people don't like to hear the word bear, but that wouldn't be the end of the world. It's okay, because if it's a broad bear channel, 75% chance it breaks out to the upside. So here's what maybe we could see, that if price doesn't continue tomorrow, or even if it does continue up a little bit, that ultimately say, it comes and does something like this, bounces off this mid trend line here and goes and maybe does something like this and goes on up. So what you would have there, because I want to see some kind of pattern, I want to see some kind of indication that we're going up. That would give us a bullish head and shoulders. If this came down and went to that like middle channel line, and it would make a, over here with this left shoulder. It's not to say that we can't go up now. I would like to see some kind of pattern. I mean, the bars look pretty good. Hallmarks of the range, overlapping bars, lots of wicks, changing bar colors constantly. Those are things that you expect to see in a range. Draw this channel back up here. It might not be perfect, but and if we look at the weekly, so right now this weekly candle is looking good. If this weekly candle closes above that, at like a bullish outside bar with a long lower wick, that would be a fairly good indication we may keep going up. But look, since we bought in this range period, bull, bear, bull, bull, bear, bear, bull, bear, bull. I mean, lots of interchanging bars, lots of wicks. Now, one good thing I like to see, all these wicks are to the upside. You saw the same thing down here when we were ranging for so long. Lots of wicks, but almost all the strong wicks are to the upside. You're still seeing that. So that's more confirmation that we're still overall bullish. It's in a ranging phase, but the market's normally in a ranging phase. It's normally in a range or a broad channel. So the longer the range, the better the breakout. We ranged down here for like 6 months or more, had a strong breakout, probably close to a 2x move on Bitcoin. And now, the market has the range again. It's a healthy thing for it to do. I still think the bias is to the upside. ETH finally ready to go up. I don't know. You would take a look at ETH. ETH had a better day today than the Bitcoin. Nice candle on the weekly so far. So with ETH, if it made some kind of falling wedge on the daily, and I know you wouldn't want it to necessarily have like another push down, but if it did, then let's see. You might could have some kind of falling wedge on ETH. I don't know. I think that ETH, I know people are disappointed with the performance a little bit, but I don't think it's as bad as what it seems like. And I've talked about this in streams before in Telegram. From the low that ETH made in the bear market, and this wasn't even the FTX, right? This was before that, to what it's went up to, say 350% move. And if you take the same thing for Bitcoin, $600 move, more or less. Now, yeah, BTC has outperformed ETH, but that's what you would expect to see at this point in the cycle. So ETH is still printed a pretty good gain for such a large cap asset. Some of these measured moves I have up here, this is, if you call this a big cup and handle, like the measured move target is up here around 13,000. And that's what assuming we get a proper bull market, that's what I expect ETH to go somewhere between about 14,000 is what I'm looking for ETH, assuming that, the bull market goes on like we expect it to. Hey, thanks for tuning in, bro. Do you take wicks or the top and bottom of the candle? I mean, I look at the wicks. I mean, everything's situational and it's in context. I mean, I look at everything. It depends on what I'm looking at to what is more important, wicks or bodies. Lots of institutions, they only look at the bodies. Like they look at a line graph even, and that a line chart that only takes the closes and opens. So that's like the bodies. If you're looking at a line chart. But I do look at the wicks. I mean, like I was just showing for BTC, that when you see all these wicks to the upside, that's showing you that, buying pressure. That's showing you that when price, pullbacks getting bought up, So reading price action, everyone thinks it's some kind of, every time you see this pattern, you do that, or this indicator will always work. There's nothing like that, because if something worked all the time, Bank of America with their trillions of dollars, they would do it every time. And then Wells Fargo would see that with their trillions of dollars, and they would, do something. So, there's always got to be a buyer and a seller in the market. And when it comes to these things, it's more about reading the psychology of what is going on. And yeah. So I think the best case scenario is if we made some kind of bullish head and shoulders. This has been like a cycle of the bullish head and shoulders pattern. It has played out time and time again. It got us out from this. It was a bullish head and shoulders when we were ranging here. If you go all the way back, I'm not going to go all the way back there, but if you go all the way back to when we broke out of the basement in the below 20K, was a massive head and shoulders. So this has been almost like a cycle of the bullish head and shoulders. And I think that that would be good if we saw it again. I mean, I'm not going to complain if we keep going up. We've got consecutive bull bars. Some exchanges, this bar is green too. So a long wick with consecutive bull bars with little wicks on them and full bodies. I mean, that's pretty good. That's what you want to see. We haven't closed above anything significant. We're still in a range until we're not. I'm still not seeing any like overly promising reversal signals. I mean, this was a good daily close, but in a range, you can have big candles, and then just turn around and go the other way. If you get a big candle closing up here at the top of the range, it's just as likely that you're going to go back down with a big candle. So look at BTC dominance. That's obviously a hot topic for most people. And see, it was kind of forming a little bit of a bullish head and shoulders. But, this isn't a tradable chart. I mean, it does seem to respect TA, but I don't think quite the same when it comes to maybe chart patterns. I think more like levels. And 58% is a bit of a resistance level for BTC dominance. and you had a bearish BTC dominance candle today. So that's good. We don't want BTC dominance to go up. Most of us are alt degens. If you go back to the last market cycle and you look at BTC dominance in relation to Bitcoin's highs, because normally when Bitcoin has a strong move up, it'll take dominance with it. But once it was off on its way, BTC dominance was going down when BTC made its all-time highs. So BTC dominance doesn't have to necessarily go up for Bitcoin to go up. So hopefully this was the high here. Every cycle has made lower highs. So and you had a lower high here. We'd like to see it come down and make a lower low and get this thing in a downtrend and get alt season started. You know, I'm not seeing a strong indication, you know, just yet. I mean, I say this was a good candle closing below these. So hopefully BTC keeps going down. I mean, I think there's more signs pointing toward it to go down than there is to go up. I'll say that. Jordan Riz, the man in the house from down under. What's up, Jordan? A couple of charts we'll look at DXY. I talked about this over the weekend, that it was a chart that's, I mean, a little concerning. I mean, it's not that concerning. It's more of a short to midterm-ish thing. I mean, if you look at a daily, you know, parabolic uptrend, at some point you expect that to cool off. But what worries me, I mean, I don't want to say worried. I don't want to use that word necessarily, but on the weekly, I mean, you're closing clearly above all this structure. I mean, where is it to let it go but up here to test this high? Now, just because the value of the dollar goes up doesn't mean Bitcoin can't go up. I mean, right here, Bitcoin was going up and the dollar was going up too. So it's easier for it to go up if the dollar's going down. And, you know, all this stuff's kind of correlated, the stock market and the value of the dollar and Bitcoin normally follows suit with those things. So, but even so, I mean, if it went up here, this would only take a few weeks, most likely. It's not like something that would take months to play out, and then Bitcoin could get back to business. And by that point, it would throw the cycle off. I don't see it as anything like that. Another thing that I looked at over the weekend, I put out, is USDT market cap. This is a good bull market indicator. And I didn't like these little red bars here. You don't get a lot of red bars on this, and it's a great bull market indicator. I mean, look at during last bull market is just wow. I mean, no red candles, but this was the biggest red candle. Not that it's that big, but it is the biggest red candle since the FTX dump. So this is the FTX collapse. This is the Luna collapse, where you start seeing red candles on this. So this is a great bull market indicator. When you see red candles on this, like decent sized red candles, you may want to think about getting out of the market. If you look at the monthly here, a decent wick last month as well. And you don't get many upper wicks on this. This is not a very wicky chart. So something to keep an eye on. It's not something I'm overly concerned about, but I'm not going to just drink a bunch of bull Kool-Aid. I mean, I think we're going up. I think the market's going to continue to go up, but you had to stay objective and look at the other side of things too. And this is something to keep an eye on because it's a great bull market indicator. And these are, bigger candles than you're used to seeing in a bull market and an uptrend for that. What's the next phase or trend that you're looking for in BTC and BTC dominance to start alt season? Do alts pump when BTC goes to the next range? I mean, generally BTC. So I talk about, a lot 4-stage market cycle. Goes from ranging to breakout to a tight channel to a broad channel to a range. It goes to a range in a while and then it breaks out again, and it just continues to do that over and over again. So generally when BTC breaks out, like say it breaks out of this range, whenever that happens, normally it'll take dominance with it some, and alts don't really move too much. So, that if I had to guess, that's probably what would happen to what I would see to make a BTC. Also, there's another chart I want to look at real quick. This reminded me of that. the BTC ETH chart. I mean, this is at pretty extreme lows. You got 2 upper wicks here. And if you go back a long time, it's at a long-term trend line. For one, it's at this area of congestion here. And I believe you can draw a trend line somewhere off some of this, and it'll coincide with what we're seeing over here. So we'd like to see ETH go up for alt season for sure. I think ETH breaking the all-time high and getting in price discovery, that's something that can spark alt season. I think if the Solana ETF gets approved, that's something that could spark alt season potentially. And that's, I think, January 23rd or 24th. For BTC dominance, we just want to see it to continue to go down. If BTC breaks out of a range, that and it takes some dominance with it, that's okay. You know, and I said last market cycle, the highs like a BTC dominance and BTC didn't match at all, and BTC made highs with much lower dominance. But it's still, when it goes up on a strong move, it'll still take dominance with it. You know, even if it's like locally on the daily chart, if not like weekly and changing market structure and stuff like that. But that's what I would expect to see. That you want BTC to find a home and range and money to roll into alts like we've seen time and time again in the past. And that's what I'll be looking for. SPX chart, since it's you, Jordan. All right, so you get the breakout on this big candle here. Not a lot of price history. Come back down. Obviously, that's not good, but it's like it's holding above where it had this structure to the left. So if I was into SPX, I would say this is probably a good place to buy because it holds over this. It wick down here. Where did this wick go? Went into these bodies a little bit. But what is most likely happening is it's either going to form a range here, where in this case, this would, even at this price, it would still be in the bottom third to 25% of the range, or it might be forming a channel, which it still be, you know, relatively at the bottom of that channel. So I think it's probably a fairly decent price to buy. You know, when something's in a range or a broad channel, the best you can do, the kind of rule of thumb, is you want to buy in the bottom third. Some people say bottom 25%. I kind of say the bottom third. So, you know, anything in the bottom third, if it's in a range or a broad channel, you have to kind of consider that a good price. And let's look at Mcade, because I know a lot of people, this is their favorite project. It's one of my favorite projects, definitely. And it has been strong. You know, I put a poll on Twitter today, you know, will Mcade flip NACA market cap? And most people voted yes. And I know I have a lot of people that follow me that are into Mcade and not so much NACA. But if you just asked that question a year ago, you would have gotten laughed at. People, well, what is Mcade? And NACA, I'm not trying to FUD NACA, but I've been hearing some things that aren't the best. And I still hold some NACA. I did sell a little bit and rolled it into Corpo and OTK. I think those projects are good and at good prices. And I still got a decent bag of NACA. I still think NACA is a winner, but Mcade is just so strong fundamentally. Everything they do, they're just always at it every day. You got this huge, I mean, these huge candles here from Mcade, and it's held this range. Mcade has held up extremely well during this phase in the market. I mean, this is a long wick here, but if you want to say this is kind of like where the structure was here, it is holding above that. Anytime it gets anywhere close to this, it wicks up. It left this gap here, the top breakout point here to where it pulled back. That is always a good sign when you see a little gap like that. It meant that eager buyers stepped in, that people wanted to buy before it got to this breakout point. And that's how a lot of traders look at this. Like, this was the high, came down. So when it goes past this, that is the breakout point. And if they're looking to buy a pullback on that asset, that's the area they're target for. So any time it doesn't go that low, and that's kind of what bull flags are generally. So you had a strong move up from Mcade. I mean, obviously nothing goes up forever. No surprise. You get some red candles and such, but it's what the pullback is doing. And even on the weekly look, you have a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders here. Let's see how that looks on the daily. Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of looking inverse head and shouldery. So that's great. That's what you want to see. Um, you could even say it's a like a descending triangle. You could draw some lines in there and make it that. But I'd like to see if it is a bullish head and shoulders, that'd be great. You always want to see some kind of breakout pattern in what you're looking at. Um, so yeah, I think Medicaid looks pretty good. I mean, the fact that these big breakout candles, it's holding this level even on bad days for alts. Medicaid has held this general level, and it's at its like all-time high. You know, over here to the left, we already looked at that. In this all-time high level to hold above this range here, that is really really great for Medicaid. I really like what I'm seeing for Medicaid. Soft shield what for Medicaid? I mean, I don't. Medicaid shields itself, and I'm the OG Medicaid shielder. Nobody had put Medicaid out from before I did. Cause I bought it the day it came out and put it out on Twitter and everything like that. But once I put it, other people saw the project, it sells itself. Danny the Bull in the house. What's up, Danny? I caught most of the stream earlier. I didn't catch the whole thing, but good stuff as always. Which chart's that, man? SPX. We did that one. Which one you talking about, Simon? Which chart? Um, and I know everyone is always talking about AI agents. I get a ton of questions about AI agents all the time. Okay, well let me come back to that since I just started talking about AI agents. Well, I'll tell you, I'll look at it real quick. DTRXBT. I don't even know. Never heard of that. DTR. Maybe it's on Deck Screener. I mean, if this is it, really not much to go on. Probably, if you buy it, I would be looking to sell it. I would be looking at it more as a trade, not as like I buy it now and hold to top of the bull market when something comes up like this. I mean, lots of times these things, they can go up a long time. We all know that, but it will have a pullback at some point. And then you don't know if it'll bounce back from that. I don't really think about this project fundamentally. So all I can say, looks good on chart for something that just came out. But if I did buy it, if I saw reversal signals, I would probably sell and then look to either buy back lower or get into something else. Got to own me and reinvest into other alts and recover my big only losses and have gains now. Well, thanks for following us, man. And I try to, I'm really trying to distance myself from the OMI community, to be honest with you. So I don't like to speak about it too much because I never told anyone to sell all their OMI or anything like that. The way I assess projects, OMI doesn't make it out of the first, doesn't make it out of the starting gate. And it's not anything because of David, you said this or this FUD or the app. That has nothing to do with it. First of all, OMI, I diversify by sector. Well, okay, first of all, I hold very few things that are in their second market cycle besides top 20 cryptos. I have like Doge and Link and BTC and ETH and some stuff like that. Solana, obviously. But anything that's not like a top 20, like legacy type crypto, the only ones I have in their second market cycle are Naka, which is one of the flagship projects in gaming, and it came out during the cycle, and Rio, which is one of the flagship projects in RWA, which also came out during the cycle. It didn't come out before. I'm quite sure about that. Those two didn't come out before the cycle and have full run-ups. So then I diversify by sector. So it has to be like OMI, I guess it's in the NFT coin sector. I don't have any NFT coins. I don't even know NFTs are going to be a thing this cycle. I think the BRC20 ones will do good. Node monkeys and quantum cats. I got some of those, but we don't even know if NFTs are going to do well this cycle, much less the coins associated with them. So that's, you know, if I was getting something in the second market cycle, it would need to be in one of the narratives that I'm looking at. So everybody that holds on me, I hope it does well and stuff like that. It's just the way that, and people go about things different ways. The way I go about it, OMI just doesn't, you know, pass a lot of the things of how I screen projects. But I'm glad that you done well. Listen to me and Danny. You know, Danny, I really like a lot of stuff Danny puts out with the spreadsheets and calculating the market caps and some of those things. So I think we make a pretty good team with me with the charts and some of the fundamentals and my ability to use Morales to find gems and then some of the things that Danny does. So AI agents, I get a ton of questions about AI agents all the time. I have bought some AI agents and I've done okay on them and stuff. I'm just not jumping all gung ho about the AI agent thing. At this point in the market cycle, I try to stick with winners. I'd rather buy honestly AI tech and TARS AI at a good price than I would trying to degen every single AI agent coin that comes out. But we look at a few because I'm aware of them. Now I think Jordan, I think you're into this one too. AI XBT had a big day today. Great candle for this, and I think this project was a winner. The time to buy was when it was coming down here, somewhere in this range. It has still went up a lot though, so I was still a little leery of it. Not because I don't think it's a good project. I think this would be a winner for the cycle. Big candle today. Me personally, I'm not going to chase it. But it looks good to go up more. You may want to think about taking profit on it when you start to see some kind of reversal, some kind of double top on a higher time frame. I don't know, maybe if the RSI is really overheated. But I do think this is going to be a good project for this cycle. Hash AI, I think that's another one that's pretty good. And this, you know, I could get with maybe buying this because I think it's a good project. And it's holding above this range here where it broke out of this range. So you're going to draw it like a line. See, look, these wicks come like right down to that, basically. So I think even at this price, that it's pretty good. And maybe we'll get a little inverse head and shoulders here and it'll come up and come down and make a right shoulder. If it does, that would be a good place to buy it. But I think Hash AI is a pretty good. Let's see what the market cap is on that. 115 million. I don't think that's that bad. At this point in the cycle, it's not that I'm not concerned about market cap, but I'm not just looking for just the lowest cap stuff. I mean, I still buy some low cap stuff, but I'm looking for more quality and winners at this point in the market cycle. And one way I find, or the main way that I find most of these coins, if I'm looking for stuff, is Morales. It used to be called Morales Money. Now it's just called Morales. But it's super, like you can sort through like AI. Now I used to keep up with it every day when a lot of stuff was coming out like a year ago and I was trying to find new projects. But like you can sort by AI. And so this is trending. See AI on Solana. You can different chains up here. Fart coin is considered an AI coin actually. Latest coins. Sometimes it takes a second to come up. This can be a little buggy sometimes, the latest coins. And it doesn't have Solana up there either. But it'll come up eventually. But anyway, go back to trending and you can go to base, see what's trending on base, and then sort this to see what's trending AI on base. Says nothing's trending right now, then you can explore those three. So, you know, it's pretty easy to use. I do have a paid account, but the free account you can do plenty with. So anyway, now GOAT is one I looked at earlier. This is one that I think is in a pretty decent place to buy. I think that you've had this downtrend channel. You know, you can wait for a little more signs of reversal But if you want to try to catch a bottom, this could be one for GOAT. I think that yeah, I think I could get with buying GOAT, man. Let's see what the market cap is on GOAT. It's not a low cap coin. 370 million, yeah. But I mean, it could go to 20 billion. It really could. And just to remind people, when something has a $20 billion market cap, that doesn't mean that $20 billion is invested in it. Nowhere even close. Won't even be a billion. Won't even be 100 million. So just, these things can hit a lot higher market caps than what you think. It doesn't mean that that much money is actually invested in it. So go back. This is another one I had put out a little while ago. I talked about it in Telegram anyway. I know it's a weird name. Yes, no error. It's an AI agent that reads papers and finds errors. So it's done good. It's done good since I put it out. Right now, I think it's probably lots went up quite a bit. So I probably wouldn't chase it, but I do think it has a pretty cool utility for it. So it could have legs for the cycle. So if it may be one that you look to buy pullbacks on or something like that. I think it's a pretty good one. What's next for Chuck? Are we leading in? Are we lagging? We need to improve on. So we talk about Chuck too. The Launchpad still has to come out. I want to have people ready to start a new coin when we launch the Launchpad. So launching the Chuck Launchpad will coincide with it launching a coin, whether it's a meme coin or utility coin. I don't know, because I do have people contacting me about ideas for utility coins. And I've talked about this in Telegram and stuff like that. Early April, assuming the market's healthy, I guarantee Chuck is going to pump. To what extent, we'll have to see. But I guarantee you that Chuck is going to have a leg up in April. Ace, what's up? Ace, the new rug doctor on Telegram. Muhammad, you got replaced, man. I'm sorry. Ace is the rug doctor now. So look at a few more of these AI agents that I have written down, because everyone, they ask me all the time, AI agent this, AI agent that. So this one is called Trench AI. I don't have time to talk about all these fundamentally. I don't even know I remember them all fundamentally. And this is what you generally see with a lot of these AI agents is they go up and they're like parabolic, and then you don't really want to chase them. Or they go up and then they maybe are having their leg down and you don't know if they're going to recover. They have a lot of price history. There's so many of them coming out. So I don't know that this is going to recover for sure, but if it is, I think it's a pretty good price. So if you want a decent price, I mean, the market cap isn't very high on it, 7 million. So this could be a potential one to degen. Volts, I guess is how you would pronounce it. This one looks pretty good. Looks like it had its initial run up, found its bottom, and then it's been going up. So only $6.3 million market cap. This one could be one that I might even buy some after the stream. I don't think that I did buy this one. So this is another one that looks like it had its initial leg up and then came back down and is finding its second leg. Another thing I like to do with these AI agents, because some of them go up a lot, I like to check how much they went up. That's not horrendous. If it's went up like crazy, and I think some of these we'll look at are kind of like that, then I tend to stay away. If it's went up like 5,000% or something like that, then that's just me. But everyone can do what they want. Loki, this one looks pretty good here. You had a good run up, so it had a decent run up range, and then had another leg up. Looks like it found its bottom on this leg. Loki could be one that I see would be a decent buy. And now these are some of these like Loki and Citadel I just showed, like they can make a lower high and then go down and they never reach it. That could happen, but it's a hot narrative. Check into the utility on some of these projects and see what you think. So this one's got how much was that? So let me go back. How much was the market cap of Loki? So 4 million. So that's another thing. So 4 million market cap on Loki. That is pretty good. And what was Citadel? $26 million. So that's a little bit, no, still relatively low. All right. So this one's a little bit higher cap, 76 million. It's had it's lived in a pretty strong uptrend. I mean, it's had some pullbacks. I mean, just that initial move right there, to that wick is 5,000%. You're talking about up here, 14,000%. I don't know. I mean, maybe it does good. I don't know. It probably will do good, but the odds, people bought down here and there's team tokens and stuff like that. I mean, up that much, that's a lot. But, I do think it's a strong, good fundamental project, and it'll probably do fine. But that's just, I think there's other, call safer or whatever ways. Now, this is what my buddy Firefly put out on Telegram a while ago. Max, this thing went crazy. And having this pullback now, but looks to have found its bottom. So I think Max is probably in a good range to buy now. The person that found this project and put me onto it has extremely high conviction on this project. So, I would encourage you to check it out fundamentally yourself. Bought a little bit when they first put it out, bought some, and then I didn't chase it as it went up. Waiting to see if it found a bottom. So I'll start to maybe buy some in here again. Pippin, this is another one we put out on Telegram at 20 million, 10 to 20 million market cap. It had a big run up. I sold everything I had up in here. Looking to buy a pullback. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I'll see how it looks. Maybe it's found its bottom here. You wanted to come down and then maybe form a little bit of a ranging period and see some kind of reversal. Let's see how much Pippin went up from down here. 4,000%. I didn't make 4,000% off of it. I did pretty good though. I think it was a 10x. So those are all the AI agent coins that I had that I wanted to go over and put out. I did see, I think there was one, because there's like an AI DeFi or something like that. I found one of those recently. Somebody asked me about it. SEC just appealed XRP's lawsuit to include XRP as a security. I mean, I imagine when Trump gets into office, that will get axed, I would assume. But who knows? I mean, I thought Gensler was already out of the SEC, so I'm surprised to see that. I know we talked about XRP a little earlier. Let's check it out because it does look good on chart. And XRP, I don't hate XRP as a older cap, like larger cap, older coin. I made a video last fall of 2023, and I had XRP as like the 10th best large cap alt. So I think it's okay, breaking above this structure here, that is really good. So I haven't had a short on XRP when it went so parabolic up there. Yeah, I don't think I put that out, but I did short it when I thought I saw some kind of reversal signal there or whatever. But yeah, this looks really, really bull flaggish, and I guess breaking out of the bull flag. So yeah, if you are holding XRP, a lot of people have held it a long time. I'm happy for them. Hope that it keeps going. Looks like maybe that news is affecting, getting read today just in the first hour. So hopefully that news won't affect it too much. Yeah, down 6.5% 1 hour. Yeah. Okay, so he's still there. Okay. All right, Def AI. Let's check it out. Yeah, I'll probably similar to what I said about the DRTB, whatever that one that Simon asked about. If I did buy it, I would probably be looking to sell it and not just hold it forever or for the top of the bull market, because I expect that it will have some kind of downturn. I mean, they nothing goes up forever. I mean, it's math. It can't, like, and the reason I'm going back to Max, because man, after this candle and it started to still go up the next day, and especially when you're up here, like people were like, well, I guess this is just going to keep going forever. Like, this project is so good. I don't care how good the project is. People are going to sell it, you know. I mean, we want to get in good fundamental projects, but it's going to have a down leg. And that's what you got. You got the down leg from Max. It seems to have found a bottom. Now I could get with buying it. So if anybody's got any more questions, you know, take a few more if y'all want me to look at anything. If not, I think I went over most everything that I had to go over to talk about on the stream. And definitely check out Gangs of Medacadia, the new season. I put my link, if you're watching on YouTube, the link to Gangs of Medacadia to be on my squad is down there. I don't get any money or anything off that. It's just to try to get people to play the game. You want to support Web3 gaming. You want these projects to be successful. You want the masses to take hold of them and stuff like that. Well, it starts here. It starts with us, the people already in crypto. So support your Web3 gaming projects, not just Mcade, but, you know, all of, you know, other projects that you're into. I mean, if you support the project and you're not going to play the games, what makes you think some normie is going to play it? You know, so, and Gangs of Medacadia is fun. It's a social strategy game. You play it with other people, like on a team, and strategize against another team and stuff like that. So it's fun. So the link to join my team is below. Danny also is a Mcade ambassador. He's probably got a link to put out as well. Last time me and Danny were on the same team. I'm not sure if we are this time. But since nobody got any more questions or anything, I guess I'll wrap this up, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.